Feels good to be back. It certainly does. And now we are live. It's the rightwager.com Major League Baseball show, ready to rock and roll. It is an interesting day because we have day baseball, and I'm hoping that the audio is perfect as we start the show today. I'll slide over a little bit more to give the comment section a little bit of a break over here. But I do want the vibes to go because we want to dance today. We do. Checked all the cables. Everything's good. Lineups should be coming out shortly. Afternoon baseball in major leagues. That's what we love to see. We do. So we are certainly going to dance today and have some fun. And as we always like to go, Francisco's out there in the chat box. Of course he is. Guys, P1 watches every single day. Love to hear it. Love to see it. If you want to chime in the chat box, do it. We're broadcasting on 5 different channels right now. Kick, Facebook, YouTube. Aaron's out there. You know it. Wherever you can be broadcasted, we are out here in the streets. Audio is perfect. It better be perfect from here on out. Because I know all the changes that needed to be made. I have no idea why the days before that it made some sense and didn't work out in this time, but it is time. It's time to get some money today. We want money. We made a little bit of money last night, 1-1, which is exactly what we deserved, and I'm fine with that. Which plus money on both sides, split them, you put more money in your pocket, you can afford a cheeseburger, a Big Mac today, and away we go. But we got business to do today because we have a 2-10 start in Major League Baseball between Detroit and Chicago. Some of the things from last night, too, because I always like to review not necessarily like what went wrong because, we're only dealing with numbers. So numbers aren't always going to hold up. Otherwise, we'd never be able to place wagers because no casinos would take action because we would win every single one of our bets. So the case that we saw yesterday, I had a few that I really like. Like I was thinking about, and let me just see if I can put this over here and get out some of the circled teams that we had yesterday, but maybe didn't play all the way through. Because you know how we do it on this show. Like I'll get like in the marketplace, but okay, let's check this team back later. Let's see what we have on this team. Where do we go with this side? Like I actually had the Mariners circled yesterday. Scored 1 run in the top of the first inning. Nobody scored the rest of the game. It was 1-0. Dean Kramer was fantastic. George Kirby was fantastic, but I didn't wager on that one. The second one would have been a chance for an alt team total parlay or just a side of a team total was the Guardians. They ended up getting the 4 runs yesterday. They didn't explode at the plate, hit a couple home runs off my guy Jansen Junk. But I didn't end up playing that game. But if I included it in a parlay, it would have won because we had the 2.5. One of those games we also liked yesterday and played in a parlay was the Kansas City Royals, who scored 8 runs yesterday off the Nationals. Like even though they let you down in the past, which they have, if the numbers make some sense, you better get after it. Mitchell Parker's a terrible pitcher. He was terrible yesterday. 8 runs, only on 6 hits for the Royals. I think it was a Vinny Pasquantino 3-run home run early in that game, which put them to their 4th run, which easily cashed in that ticket, and away we went. Now, if we are looking St. Louis yesterday, now here's the game that was really interesting to me. The Cardinals got shut out yesterday by Kyle Freeland, who theoretically was my worst pitcher on the card yesterday. Do you believe that? Like my worst pitcher on the card, he hammered away. But we also had the Colorado Rockies alt team total at 3. If I would have bet all of these games, like straight team totals, we would have got hammered. But we actually made money yesterday because those alt team totals will come in to save you at times. Houston, I thought they would hit yesterday. They scored 1 run yesterday off Dustin May, who was one of my worst pitchers on the card. Again, things happen. Sometimes pitchers stand up and have good performances in spots that you didn't think so. But also I told you the Red Sox would probably hit yesterday. They scored 14 runs. They easily hit their team total. So the one that matched up yesterday perfectly were the Rockies and the Houston Astros. I just wanted to keep the 2 road teams together. Sox get 14, Rockies get 3. Just needed 2.5 out of both. That turned out to be plus money. The losers yesterday, we matched up Kansas City, which was an easy winner on the team total, but had them with St. Louis and Boston, who scored a combined 1 run together. But those will happen. Those things will come into play. But I just always like to rehash and tell the people like what the thoughts were yesterday and how things actually turned out, because we can turn over and use them today on a hump day Wednesday as we get after it. And we do have a 2-10 start between the Tigers and the White Sox, 2-10 start between the Brewers and the Pirates, 2-10 start between the Nationals and the Royals, 2-15 start between the Rockies and the Cardinals, 2-35 start Diamondbacks Rangers, and then a game starts at 3:45, which is the Padres and the Giants, and after that it's the Phillies and the Reds. If we look at the pitching card today, and just figuring out a few things, going back, let's say 2 months, minimum 10 innings pitched for these pitchers. Number 1 on the card, it's no surprise. It's Christopher Sanchez. He's been really good this year. Shohei Ohtani is listed, but again, we don't know how long Shohei is going today. He's pitching tonight a little bit later on, 4 to 5 innings maybe, but he's got 19 innings pitched over his last 60 days and a 2.69 xFIP number and a very manageable ERA. Brandon Woodruff is on the mound again today. He's been nothing short of spectacular. Coming back to the Brewers, who nobody beats the Brewers. Nobody beats the Wiz up in New York City, in the New York City area. Yeah, nobody beats him at all. Logan Gilbert's up there high for Seattle. Hunter Brown for Houston, who had a couple trip-ups there late in the month of July. No longer the case. Hunter Brown snapped back. He looks like he's back in decent form. 3.43 ERA over the past 60 days, even with some of those lumped-up starts, but a 3.08 xFIP number. If we slide down the card to get to the bottom, Walker Buehler, I have rated last 60 days of Major League Baseball, pitching today, the worst pitcher on the card. But also had Dustin May yesterday as one of my worst pitchers on the card. He did just fine. Carlos Carrasco, who has no business being in Major League Baseball, it's just here to eat up innings, he might get blown up today by the New York Mets. Austin Gomber of the Colorado Rockies, he's going to pitch this afternoon. He's a terrible pitcher. But yesterday also, the St. Louis Cardinals did get shut out, which is ridiculous. Shane Smith is up there. Michael McGreevy is up there. Cade Horton is up there. Yuri Perez, who has a 2.75 ERA over the past 60 days. What? He's awesome. xFIP number tells a different story. So on that pitching card that we're looking at today, there are the haves and the have-nots here that you might want to stay away from, but also it does come down to exactly what we get out of some of these lineups. So let's bring up some of those lineups now that we do have some official numbers. I'm just going to separate my odds board right here so we can certainly get down to business and look at some of these lines and see how they play out today. So let's go to current season, change these numbers. All right, 2:10 start today. It's Detroit and it's the Chicago White Sox. Melton versus Smith. Mixter out there says went 4 of 4 yesterday. There you go, man. Cash in those tickets. Love to hear it. Jump in the chat box. Say hello out here. Any comments out there? Let me know. Have some fun with it. Got a couple videos I'm going to put out a little bit later using some TikTok angles. But this is usually the best way to reach out, that midday powwow in Major League Baseball. Now, let's understand this, too. I told you with the Chicago White Sox. And same thing with the Colorado Rockies. If there's advantageous spots that you want to take, don't worry about the record of the team because these guys are still going to try at the plate. That's how they get paid. Case in point, the White Sox yesterday beat the Detroit Tigers and put up 9 runs on Jack Flaherty and the boys. I'm not saying I like Detroit yesterday, but that's not a very good team that went up against them with the White Sox. Come on now. Hammered them yesterday. The Colorado Rockies, I thought they could score a couple runs and help me out on a parlay. They did. They're a bad baseball team. They stunk the night before. It's okay. Day-to-day baseball, erase what you saw yesterday. Trust the numbers that you see today. Rule number 1. But if we do look today, Troy Melton is going to be on the mound. And Troy Melton only has 68 batters that he's faced on the season. So I'm not seeing here minimum 10 innings pitch out of our guy Troy. So let me just do a little bit of a background shot on him. And again, these games are coming up this afternoon, so we got to make some swift decisions in a short period of time. Player log. Now let's go to game log. All right, Troy, what do you got here? So he pitched on the 23rd, 28th, 5th, and 8th. That's late July, early August. He 2 starts, which were on the 28th and the 23rd of July. 7 innings pitched, no earned runs. 5 innings pitched, 6 earned runs. You can't get more of a yin and yang than that. He then pitched 2 innings against Minnesota, 7 total batters, no hits, no runs, and then pitched against Detroit on the 8th, which was roughly 5-6 days ago. 3 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, which was a home run, so a solo home run. The White Sox lineup again looks really good, guys. It does. And let me see what he was doing in his minor league activities here. 2.99 ERA through 16 game appearances. I got to lay off. Even though, for me, hey, Don, you just want to have some fun in the afternoon. It's almost like you just want to take the Chicago White Sox team total, but we're not going to do that. It does shape up well. By the way, 80-degree temperatures today in Chicago. Light wind blowing out to left field. That sort of helps. Shane Smith is on the mound for the Chicago White Sox. And I told you, he's sort of on the bottom of the card. So if we hear the click right there, that's the pen. That's the pen saying, all right, we get you. We're going to write down Tigers, and we're going to have a little bit of time to reconnect on this. But let's look at the handicap of the Tigers in this game. Shane Smith struggling over the past 30 days. But again, only 38 batters he's faced. So let me see where because his number for 60 days is 27 2/3 innings pitched. But let's see when his last couple starts actually were, because I got a feeling there's going to be a gap in there. So we'll go to game log for Shane Smith. Last start, 8-7, 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. Before that, 8-1, which obviously was August 1st. 4 1/3, 4 1/3, 2 earned runs. Both of those 2 starts back, he did give up a home run. Before that, it was July 11th. And he only pitched 3 innings in that game. So he's not a long guy. Did pitch 5 innings his last start out at Seattle Great Pitchers Ballpark. And also Los Angeles on that same road swing, another good pitcher's ballpark. So Shane Smith comes in. Where is his xFIP minus number? Because that's something I certainly would want to take a look at as well. He's at a 120. Now, this could be one where you say to yourself, no matter what happens, I just think Detroit can scrap out at least 3 runs. Because on the season, 211 batters that Shane Smith faced as a lefty, 178 ISO, weighted on base percentage, 325. Lefties in the lineup today, official lineup, it is out. Cole Keith, Kerry Carpenter, Riley Green, Wenzel Perez, and Trey Sweeney. That's 5 out of the 9. Good ISO powers in this lineup against righties the past month. Kerry Carpenter, Spencer Torkelson, Riley Green, Wenzel Perez, and Jake Rogers, who only has 16 at-bats against right-handed pitching, but does have a decent ISO. Weighted on base percentages here, really that block in the middle of the lineup. Carpenter, Torkelson, Green, and Perez. They do have some higher K rates here. If we look at some hard hit contact rates over the past month for the Tigers, it's really good against righties. And I was looking here up at Roto Grinders, which I was having some fun with, which I don't think I set it up today yet. All right, let me set this up. Because I'll tell you something. If I still have my numbers up from yesterday, this will help me out a little bit. And I don't think I do. I might have erased them. Because I was going to give you that hard hit percentage from the pitchers on the card yesterday. But I don't have that here. And that's okay, because we're going to set that up right now. So I'm going to go back 60 days. First, let me bring up the pitchers today. Well, that's Paul Skeens. He was yesterday. Let me just fiddle around here for a second, because I just want to go over some of the hard hit numbers from StatCast on some of these pitchers, which equally important sometimes as the ISOs and also the weighted on base percentages here. So let's go 60 days. We will go back to June 13th, and we will set this up until, obviously, August the 13th. We'll update those stats. We'll go minimum of 10 innings pitched, and we'll go to StatCast numbers, because the StatCast numbers are the hard hit percentages. They give you the total barrel rates, hard hits that a pitcher has faced at one point. So number 1 on the card technically is Shohei Ohtani, but he only has 19 innings and 47 events, means that the ball was in play. Barrel percent of 2.1%, hard hits 13 out of 47. See that? Missing bats here, missing the barrel of the bat, very important. The worst pitcher on the card today with hard hit rate is Troy Melton. So that's why I wanted to bring this up in this game here, where you have a lineup that does present itself very well. Melton does have decent statistics, but if you go to hard hit contact rate for the White Sox, I have 8 of the 9 batters in the lineup with very good hard contact against right-handed pitching over the past 30 days. And again, if you look at Melton, it's only 17 1/3 innings pitched he's had in the majors over the past 60 days. But he has a exit velocity. I don't know if this is an average, though. He's got a max exit velocity of 109. It looks like exit velocity, speed of the bat comes off the bat. I don't know if that's the average for him is 92, but it does show an EV90 stat, which I got to find out exactly what that is at 106.1. But he's got a barrel rate today. Is it the worst on the card? It is the worst. No, second worst on the card of 12.5% and a hard hit contact rate of 52% on Melton. So you look at that lineup for the White Sox, right? Hard hit contact all over the place. ISO's really good and weighted on base percentages. See how it's got me bending rules right now? It feels like it has me bending rules right now. I got to tell you, I do. Just want to check something right here. I'm just on social media. Going to slide back. What time is it right now? 12:15 Eastern. Let me go back 15 minutes. I just want to check because it looks like some things are like when you hit like coming up untitled. Does anybody notice that? Or is that just me? Like mine's actually coming up fine, which is great. Just shows the rightwager.com show right there. Perfect. But some things are coming up on their shows live. It says like untitled and like away you go at that point. But that's good stuff. That's good stuff out of the White Sox. Anybody else out there listening have the balls to take the White Sox today on like a team total? Let me see what their team total is. Let's just go to FanDuel because FanDuel usually has good pricing on straight team totals. For alt team totals, which you know I love, it's Caesars all day long. I don't get any money from Caesars. They don't promote me. By the way, Mike Talkman just got scratched from the lineup here for the White Sox. Talkman did have some decent statistics. Talk was pretty good. He was a plus batter who's now down. But let's see. Let me just go back. Take this off. Add this here. It's interesting, man. It is interesting. Everything is high. What is this team total? So where is this at? Come on now. So I lost my train of thought for a second. Games, early action, 8.5 total White Sox game. Slide it down. Detroit total runs, that's 4.5. Chicago's total runs, 3.5 at a minus 120. They're sneaky today. The White Sox are sneaky today. I'm just telling you right now. The White Sox are pretty sneaky today. Let's see what happens. I'm not saying I'm betting them, and I probably won't, but I do look at the Tigers as well. Yeah, definitely. There is some fool's gold. There is some fool's gold today, Francisco. No question about it. Let's see now. And again, I'm not doing this. Like, it's not going to be on my premium play card here for Right Wager. Probably either one of these. I have some games I have circled a little bit later, but it is intriguing. It's one of those where I will be out this afternoon, probably walking the dogs, like, stupid. You were on there on a show talking about how you like the Chicago White Sox and you didn't take them. Like, stop the madness. Or you like Detroit, you just took the total in that game because it's 8.5, Melton versus Smith. They should get runs. Quite frankly, they should get runs. But let me see about the hard contact rate here also of Smith. He's low too. So you have 28 pitchers on this card today over the past 60 days with at least 10 innings pitched. The hard hit contact rate for Shane Smith and Troy Melton, 26 and 28th out of 28 batters. You see me on that, people? You listening on that? And that's an interesting number. Like, if you're betting blind and you say, you know what, I'm just going to trust statistics, I don't care what their weighted on base averages are or the lineup, you should be getting runs today, early in the day. I'm going to write down Tigers and Sox because that is a fun one. It is. I'm just going to write that down for the time being. But anyway, let's move on to some other games here that are going to come across the card. If we go back to our Roto Grinders friends right here. Musty. Let's see these, like these giant ones right here. Like, can you take these or erase something off the screen? Like, I don't want to block anything on there. Like, you know what? Let's see if we could take him off. Does that take it? I just hit the block on that. Tired of streaming. But his thing doesn't actually come up, or maybe it's taken away. I don't know. Nonsense. 1201, 1207, 1217. Where's the one? 1217. There we go. Yes, that came through. I don't know. Who knows what those big messages are? Clogging up the time frame right here. But let's get to another 2 o'clock game today. Next up on the card, Pittsburgh and Milwaukee. Nobody's stopping Milwaukee. Milwaukee's killing everybody. Milwaukee has the best lineup in the business. It's just the way you go. I look at Mitch Keller today. And Mitch Keller in the card is 20th out of 28 pitchers, a 110 xFIP minus a 342 ERA, which isn't bad, but a higher xFIP number of 450. Lineup looks great today, and it's not an official lineup yet. Why don't we have the official lineup out yet? Let's see. Let me just hit some refresh buttons out here. Joey's out here. What's good? All right, let's bring this up because I do want to see, now that we have the 30, let's see. Okay, we have Milwaukee's lineup official in my database right now, which we can analyze, which is the only side I really want to analyze anyway. Frelick looks good. Collins looks good. Contreras looks good. Vaughn looks good. Tarang looks good. Lower K rates here. Keller getting busted up by lefties. Lefties in the lineup today. Frelick, Collins, Yelich, Tarang, Perkins, Siegler. That's 6. Man, why am I liking this early card more than I thought I would? Let me just circle the Brewers here. Because we do have time. It's 12:20. These games aren't going to start for another 2 hours or so. Man, am I getting good vibes right now from teams I didn't think I would. This is why I like handicapping with you guys live. Like, I take a look at the games earlier, just sort of get a scope, but now you sort of dig into the lineups once they come out and get those hardcore numbers. I'm not fading Brandon Woodruff today with the Pittsburgh Pirates. They stink. 14-0 beat down yesterday. Smashed Paul Skeens. Smashed them. Gotta get to do it. That's like a broken glass thing here. No, let me see. I got this. That ain't gonna do it. Little scratch up here. Little home run. Yeah, I thought I was gonna have a like something to break through at that point here, but we don't. We got music, but I thought we had that like Stone Cold Stephen Austin hitting the ring, something like that. But the Brewers now creeping into my mind. So let's go see again. Mitch Keller, 20th on the card. Not terrible, but not great with a 110 xFIP minus. That's above average for a pitcher. You don't want to see that. But let's go to hard hit contact rate on Mitch Keller. Let me just slide this over. Where's our guy Mitch Keller? He's 21st on the card, 45% hard hit rate. 76 hard hits over the past 60 days against him. Barrel rate's not extremely high, 8.3%, but it is high. He's allowed 14 barrels, which probably meant 14 bombs. Exit velocities. You know what? I want to see this here. EV90. What does that mean? I'm sorry. It doesn't come up in the little key link here. EV90 for Fangraphs. Because I know what everything else means. It'll tell you exactly. Exit velocity. How about what is EV90? Can I type that in? What is? Like, I just want the AI answer. Okay, on Fangraphs, EV90 refers to the 90th percentile of exit velocity. It's a metric that represents the maximum power a hitter is capable of producing, calculated by taking the exit velocity of the 90th hard hit ball out of all batted balls. The hell? Yeah, I'll stick with max EV and EV. How about that? But it's not good. It's not good for him. You know what? So we got Tigers, we got Sox, we got Brewers. Let's keep it there. There are some hitters that I think we can take advantage of. Kansas City and Washington coming up at 210. Boy, that lineup every day for the Kansas City Royals looks fantastic. It just does. It really does. Mike Yastrzemski, good ISO, Bobby Witt, Vinny Pasquantino, Michael Garcia, Salvador Perez, Jonathan India, John Rave, Kyle Isbell, Jake Irvin. Where is he on my card today? Where's good old boy Jake? We might have an early team total parlay today. We just might. So where's Jake Irvin at? Jake's coming in 21st on the card, a 110 xFIP minus, a 5.98 ERA. Those are our official numbers. You know what? Well, I didn't think we were going to have a lot of afternoon action today. There's a couple I like, but boy, oh boy. Let me see that hard hit contact rate now. Jake Irvin's 27th out of 28th. Oh, my goodness. All right. Let's get it together. Kansas City. Are you feeling it out there, people? Come on. I'm telling you, man. Come on. Come on, Phil. Get the vibes. Get the vibes together. You see these lineups we're starting to look at right now? Vinny Pasquantino, Michael Garcia, Salvador Perez. Come on. Oh, shoot. Why am I getting good vibes from the 2 o'clock hour like this? Oh, look at Seth Lugo on the man. He looks like he could get smashed too. Fatim, what's good, man? Twan, what's up, man? Love to see the boys in the chat box. Let's get some, come on. We can always go over it. We can always have fun on this show. Music gets the vibes going everywhere. And when you start to get some games that you can handicap that look like you can win some money at, you get excited, man. You get excited in the afternoon. I love it. I absolutely love it, man. Damn. Come on. Where's Seth Lugo coming up today? He is, before we get to the hard hit rate, let me see where his numbers are. Seth is 16th at a 104 xFIP minus an ERA 3.81. Damn it, these lineups look good in this afternoon. Shoot. Like C.J. Abrams plus, Garcia plus, Bell plus, Lyle plus, Hassel plus. Weighted on base percentage at a plus, Garcia, Bell, Lyle, Milas, Hassel. I haven't even heard of half these guys here for Washington. And they're checking out. Hard hit contact rate against Seth Lugo last 60 days. Seth is 18th on the card, 42.5%. So he's even getting hit hard. What's the game number in this one? What do we have here for Kansas City? Minus 188, minus 175 favorite. Total listed at 9. 86-degree temperatures in Kansas City. I do like Kansas City in this game, though. I really do. Other 2 o'clock game. Again. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Like, I'm telling you, I have my eyes on a couple games a little bit later today. My eyes are getting big. My eyes are getting buggy right now. There might be some action, man. Austin Gomber stinks. Austin Gomber, 134 xFIP minus, 6.52 ERA, 5.51 xFIP number. Here's the issue. I did like that lineup last night for Kansas City. For St. Louis. They went up against a lefty. They didn't do a damn thing. Their power numbers are bad against lefties. This is one of those games where you do take a look at and say, well, I'm just going to go with St. Louis because Gomber is so bad. I can't fight you on that. He's gotten killed this year. And his xFIP minus is 134, which factors in the pitching environment of pitching in Coors. Like, well, then he pitches at Coors. Of course, it's going to be bad. Like, no, that xFIP minus takes that out of the equation and puts you on a average metric throughout the league. I don't think I can do it, though. I don't think I can. Michael McGreevy's on the other side. He's got terrible numbers. A 113 xFIP minus and a 486 ERA and an xFIP number of 4.63 over the past 60 days. Where's McGreevy's contact rate? Ooh, he's not too bad. He's actually 10th on the card, 39.5%. They helped me out last night with 3 runs. I don't think I'm going to go back to him today, though. I don't think so. 2:35 start, Arizona and Texas. Zach Gallen is on the mound. Zach's last 60 days, I mean, it's funny. Analytics likes him. ERA hates him. I don't love the lineup for the Texas Rangers today going up against Zach Gallen. Probably going to be a pass. Diamondbacks lineup looks decent. Merrill Kelly, who's 14th on the card with a 101 xFIP minus and an ERA of 3.65. Where's Merrill Kelly on the hard hit numbers? Pretty good, top 10. He's number 7. So even though that lineup does look good, the Arizona lineup looks really good. Perdomo, high-weighted on base percentage. Marte, Carroll. Del Castillo, average. Tyler Locklear, average. McCarthy, really good. Alec Thomas, really good. Blaze Alexander, really good. Boy, we got decisions to make today, don't we? Anybody loving some of these early games? Let me know, chat box. Who you got? You bet something in the early game? Let me just scroll through to see if anybody had any bets out there at this point, because I don't know if I can even go back too far. I don't think I can, though, to be honest. Yeah. You got any games out there that you're chiming in, or you're hearing some of this information on these games that I'm talking about and be like, man, this is flowing nice. It feels like it is. 3:45 starts San Diego. Nick Pavetta's on the mound. Not really going to fade him. Kai-Wei Tang on the mound for the Giants. Only 36 batters he's faced. I would love to just take the Padres, but that's not enough information. Philadelphia and Cincinnati. That's Christopher Sanchez. We ain't fading him. Hunter Green comes back after what feels like a couple-month layoff to go up against the Phillies, who've been slaying right-handed pitching. Not last night. Singer was really good. Turner, Schwarber, Harper, Marsh, Kepler, Sosa, Stott. Only 2 guys in this lineup. It's Castellanos and Real Muto that don't have great rated on base percentages and or ISO power numbers against righties. That's a pass, though. So we don't like that. Seattle and Baltimore. Logan Gilbert's on the mound. I don't really know why you would fight Logan Gilbert. Number 3 on my card. A 70 xFIP minus and a 296 xFIP over the past 60 days. Trevor Rogers, he's been brilliant, too. He's got a 161 ERA, guys, over the past 60 days. He's been like lights out. 3.64 xFIP number. Not a huge strikeout guy, but my goodness. He doesn't walk anybody, doesn't give up any power. Weighted on base percentage low. Ground ball pitcher. Yeah, don't mess around in that game here. By the way, that game ended up 1-0 yesterday, which is crazy. Yuri Perez is on the mound going up against the Guardians today. By the way, I think I was getting a little bit more respect for him. His 60-day number is 2.75, but his xFIP minus number is a little bit higher. 79-degree temperatures today in Cleveland, wind blowing in. Kwan's good. Schneemann. So we got Kwan, Schneemann, Ramirez, Manzardo, Naylor. So at least 5+ batters. Don't love the game, though. Gavin Williams on the other side. Gavin is coming in here. 17th on my card at a 106 xFIP minus, ERA of 2.41, and an xFIP number of 4.39. Probably going to leave that game alone. Minnesota not in love with this game. Joe Ryan's a really good pitcher. I know the Yankees lineup is good. It came up out of its struggles yesterday. What do you have? Stanton bomb, Judge bomb. Cam Schlitter on the other side. The lineup does look good for Minnesota. Buxton, Wallner, Keyshaw, Clemens, Larnach, and Lewis. That's a sneaky lineup today. Cam Schlitter's 19th on the card with a 107 xFIP minus and a 4.38 ERA. There are some sneaky games in here, which are teams that could trip you up or could really provide a boost to your bottom line today. And it looks like Minnesota is one of those. Trying to find Cam if he's given up, big at bats. Now, his hard contact rate's 39%, which isn't bad. I'm probably going to stay away, but again, you're talking about if you were just lining up like the bottom teams, like the Twins stink, but that lineup looks good. The White Sox stink, but that lineup looks good. See where I'm going with that? There's some angles that you can play on some of that stuff. Like even like Colorado looks good today, but I don't know if I want to go with them either. St. Louis looks terrible against a bad pitcher. You almost automatically want to take them at that time too. Yeah, Mixer says he likes the Twins first 5. Yeah, you know what? Because I'm telling you, Ryan's going to hold that team down for as long as he can. And Schlitter can get hit, and that lineup looks good. That's a pretty good look, Mixer, out there, by the way. I like that look. I think it's pretty good. Chicago and Toronto, Cade Horton's on the mound. Kevin Gausman, not a big game for me overall. What's Cade? Because I don't think Cade's got great numbers. Does he? He's 14th on the card in hard hit rate. So rating him out in the middle, the average. 23rd on the card, though, with an xFIP minus of 112, but an ERA of 2.59. Boston and Houston. Let's get to the good stuff tonight. Because we've got Tigers, Sox, Brewers, and Kansas City on that early card for chances here. So you know me, if I have that action and we're going premium with that, I'll post that immediately. Let's just focus on some other things now. So we got Astros and Red Sox. Walker Buehler is on the mound. He doesn't strike anybody out and walks too many guys. His ISO power numbers against are manageable. Yesterday, the Astros were terrible at the plate. But let's not let bygones be bygones. We trust numbers. Last 60 days for Walker Buehler. A 140 xFIP minus, which is hilariously bad. A 5.89 ERA, which is terrible. And a 5.79 xFIP number. Look at the lineup today for Houston. Pena, positive. Correa, positive. Altuve, positive. Sanchez, positive. Walker, positive. Diaz, positive. Trammell, positive. That's 7 out of the 9 batters that you can trust in that lineup for being positive. Now, if we go to hard hit contact rate and take a look at Walker Buehler, he's 16th at about 41%, which isn't too bad, but it's not great. He's in the bottom half of the card today, but every other metric is really bad for him. Let me just see what Walker Buehler's done his last couple starts, because we like to take that 60, 45-day snapshot to really get focused, get a good look at what they're doing, but that xFIP number is key. An xFIP minus number, I should say, because that's going to level out the field. Well, Donnie pitched 3 straight games in Colorado. What do you want? Yeah, well, this takes that out of the equation. Game log for Walker Buehler. See, he was awesome in his last start. At San Diego, 6 innings pitched, no earned runs. Before that, he's given up runs in just about every game. He hasn't gotten slayed. And what I mean by that is they just left him in like 6 innings, gave up 6 runs. He had a start on June 23rd, 4 innings pitched, 5 earned runs. Then followed it up on the 29th, 4 innings pitched, 4 earned runs. Bad. But then look at this run. 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. 6 innings pitched, 3 runs, 2 earned. 3 runs, 3 earned. 7 innings pitched against Philadelphia on July 21st. 1 earned run. Dodgers, 4 2/3, 3 earned. 4 1/3, 3 earned. And then dominant in his last performance. I still have to circle Houston because I think that makes sense. And I think they'll be able to bounce back from scoring 1 run yesterday. That was an abomination. Hunter Brown on the other side, not really going to fade him. Atlanta and New York. The numbers, again, bending the rules sometimes to your benefit. Carlos Carrasco is a really, really bad pitcher. Mets team that broke out yesterday. I don't love Lindor. I don't love Nimmo. I don't love McNeil in this lineup or Vientos. The rest of the guys have solidness against right-handed pitching, but Carlos Carrasco gets beat up on both sides of the plate. He's just a bad pitcher. So we don't have to handicap a lot of that. But the Mets, almost 100% guys, are going to be on my card in some way, shape, or form tonight. It just makes sense. But Cookie Carrasco is a bad pitcher, guys. David Peterson, not going to fade him on the other side. Dodgers, Angels. Higher scoring game yesterday. Angels walk him off. Kyle Hendricks is on the mound. He's a bad pitcher, but let's see what's Kyle Hendricks' numbers coming in the past 60 days. 18th on the card, a 106 xFIP minus, and a 374 ERA, 4.43 xFIP number. Like the Dodgers should be getting 3+ runs tonight. I mean, that's what we can agree on. Do I love it? No, but that should happen. Something tells me hard hit contact rate on Kyle Hendricks probably won't be that bad, though. That slippery pitcher. Where is he? Yes, look at he's fourth on the card today. Hard hit rate 37%. Barrel rate 7.6%. Got to leave the Dodgers off that card. That's a shame. Tampa Bay and Oakland / Sacramento / the A's. Drew Rasmussen's on the mound. He's got pretty good statistics here. He does give up a little bit of hard contact his last 60 days. Top 10 on the card. Leave that one alone. JT Ginn. He's actually got a pretty good xFIP minus. All right, so they're not going to be there. All right, so here's what we got. I wish I could write something on the screen. Can I? I don't think I can at this point. Well, I probably have to fill it in. You know what? Let me see if I can make this work. Let's go and minimize. Take the chat. Can I erase that? No, that comes up big just at that point right here. We won't mess with that. I'm not, because it's going to end up messing things up on the screen for me right now. It's going to end up getting on my nerves. We'll leave the chat box up there, but I wish I could write something in and have it pop up. Tigers, White Sox, Brewers, Royals, Houston, New York. Which teams are going to make the cut? Which teams are going to stick around? That's what I have to build into the equation next for myself. So we got a little bit of time. I know the premium players out there, you want to get your picks as soon as possible, but I'm going to make some educated decisions to cash some tickets in. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legitimate ways that we can go today. Just have to find that right one. So if you guys are watching the show, thank you for doing that. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment after the show, before the show, whatever. Same thing here on X. Anything that we can get, like the show while you're watching, the little hearts that raise up on the screen. If you're watching through Twitch, if you're watching through Kick, even at this point, I appreciate it. And this is what we do every single Monday through Friday, getting ready for the Major League Baseball card. I got some videos to shoot. We got some money to win. But once again, thanks for being here with me again, and I'll see you tomorrow.